Thanks for listening. This is Now You See Me, and today I have my mother
Hello.
with me, which is very scary but exciting at the same time. So we are gonna chit chat, and I don't know what you have in store for me. So here we go.
I never know what's in store when we're together. Heather, I'm so excited you invited me to be with you today on this new podcast, Now You See Me. Thank you.
Oh, thanks, Mom.
Oh, you're welcome.
Everybody does not understand that C is not my last name. Everybody thinks Heather C. C is my last name.
You have a lot of names.
Why did you name me C? And it's my middle name.
And
Where did that come from? Let's talk about that.
Oh, well, I had 3 children. 2 of them were boys. And my philosophy was always, I'm pregnant, I'm going to have a child. Do I really need to know if it's a boy or a girl? What am I going to do? Throw it away if I don't have the one I like? And so after having 2 boys, I went to the hospital to have you, and you came out as a girl. And your dad had said, I screamed so loud, and the nurses were going, there's other people in the hospital, we know you're excited, because I was screaming, it's a girl, I have a girl, I have a girl. I was so excited. So your father wanted to name you Heather Candice. And I said, no way are you going to do that. So we came up with Heather C. And we just didn't want it to be C, it had to be. And I said, C-I-E. I had no idea it's a French word. It was just Heather C, just sounded the way it should be. And I had my little girl, and I combed your hair all the time and put it in pigtails. But I do have pictures when you were a baby where I was afraid to cut your hair. And I think a lot of first moms with their girls are like that too. And your hair was all shaggy, but you were so big. I just put stick a bow on the head, because you didn't really have hair. And then one day I took you in, and I just had it cut, and look at this beautiful hair you have. And from there on, it just kept going.
So I have a question. Then when did you know that it meant company in French?
I didn't even know it was a French word.
Until how long? Until I told you?
Till you told me. I had no
Well, we
idea.
can't get a trademark for my own name because it means company in French. But that's funny because it's like, I hated my name. You know that. I hated it growing up.
Heather?
No. C. I never liked C. I don't know why. I was like, what is Heather C? I did not like it. And it's so funny to me that like, that's my brand now. Like I ran with it. And now as an older woman, like I love my name. Like,
I don't know. We thought it just.
Like.
I know.
Sorry.
I know.
I have to work on that.
You were born and raised a lady.
I know. I went to Cotillion.
She did. She went to Cotillion, people. If anyone knows what Cotillion is, she went. So did her brothers.
Yes.
Heather asked me to come and just kind of talk about what was Heather like as a child and where she is today. And so first off, I'll tell you I'm very, very proud of you.
Thank you.
And there's a couple of stories that kind of stick in my mind. And I don't know if you recall them. So if we're going to talk about how you got where you are today, do you remember when you were in middle school and you went to Beth's house and you came home with dots all over your head?
Yes.
I don't recall what happened, but I know it cost me a lot of money to correct what you had done. What did you do that you came up with dots all over your head?
That is the funniest story because like looking back now, why would you ever take extra color from a bottle and go like this? Like it's not saturated. It's not
But you
do
walked
anything.
home with a handprint on the top of your head.
I know. That's what I'm saying. It's
Was that
funny to
bleach?
look. No, we colored her hair like red or brown or something.
So it wasn't even your hair you were coloring Beth's hair?
That's what I'm saying. I was coloring her hair, and I remember
Okay.
being like, oh my gosh, we have extra color. And I, again, have no idea why. I took the color and went like this and then walked home 30 minutes. And after that, my hair was never the same, ever. That was
Okay.
horrible.
So that is one of the experiences I remember. Another one, you are now fast forward to high school, and I hear all this commotion and laughing and snorting, because Heather does snort when she starts laughing too hard. And she was snorting, and I go upstairs, and you were up there with a friend on the bed, and the two of them are rolling around. And I was like, what are you doing? And they could barely talk. Heather was blow drying her hair, and she sucked her hair into the blow dryer. Do you remember that?
Yes, another one. So if you ever lose the back of your blow dryer, throw it away. Because that is like a fear that I still have to this day of like, if it's not cleaned or if the back is gone, it just, and it sucked her entire head. And she had the most blonde, fine hair. And I was like, I'm gonna have to cut it out.
This was Ashley.
We're gonna have to cut it out. And I
if-
sat there for 45 minutes trying to get it out.
And if I remember, you didn't
my
have
gosh.
scissors because you weren't even thinking about going into hair.
No.
I don't know what you did. So you used just regular old scissors and just cut her hair off.
That was a good one.
That was a good one. Yeah. Yeah.
That's a funny one.
We go on some wild adventures sometimes. But I have to say, I'm very, very proud of you. The independent woman that you've become. I think 12 years now you've had your salon. And you've gone through some rough patches. I heard you talk about it on other podcasts. But what's the one, if you could say there's one thing that I always said to you, what would that phrase be?
Remember where you came from and stay humble.
That's one of them. That's not the one I was thinking of, but I love that one the best.
You always did. When I was
know.
working in Beverly Hills, you're like, just remember where you came from and stay humble. And that was like one of my biggest things that stuck with me.
I love
Which
that.
one are you thinking of?
Take care of you and whoever else comes along. And the reason I say that was because in those 12 years and some of the disasters, natural and otherwise, that happened, you have always been able to pop back on your feet, and you've got visions that just blow me away in what you do. Like when you were in, you just came out of school.
Which time?
Which time? When you were done. When you were done with school, cosmetology school.
Okay.
So when you were done, you were working at a local neighborhood hair salon. And you came home and you said, Mom, it's just not for me. I can't, I'm not feeling it. And you said, I'm going to Beverly Hills. I'm going to walk the streets until somebody hires me. Do you remember that?
Well, yeah, I went every day.
I know.
And they would
What-
take my resume and just throw it in the trash. Literally. I'll never forget it. It was the weirdest thing. Those times have changed.
Yeah, you don't have resumes anymore.
No.
But then how did you end up in Beverly Hills?
Because I finally went in one more time and the manager was there.
But did you go to the same place every time?
Same place. I had like 5 salons that I was like, I need to work here, here, here. But not really, because I knew who I wanted to work for.
Okay.
And so I went to that salon the most, but she wasn't hiring at the time. But remember, I got my foot in the door, which is so crazy. I always forget that I worked for him. The stylist. Remember, I did both.
Yes, you
just
did.
to get my foot in the door.
Yes.
Yeah, and eventually got with her, but that was cutthroat. And I wore heels every day. Remember that? These days are gone. Interviews, the girls do not come dressed to impress anymore.
Well, one of the biggest things I remember about that was you were assisting somebody who was a pretty famous colorist. And what you did for that woman was unbelievable. You would come home with big laundry bags of black clothes that were bleached and say, Mom, where do I take these? They have to be dyed. And then I got to take them back. And a couple of places you went, there was one person that would call you on a holiday and say they needed you to come and do their hair. And you would get up from, one time it was a Thanksgiving dinner, and you got up and went to that person's house and did their hair. Sometimes can't people of success and notoriety be a little bit hard to deal with?
Yes.
You know, at the same time, I think of your assistants and, you know, how you're trying to train them. Do you remember when you were going for your license and you used me as your model? If we had to go and you had to do pedicures, manicures, my face was half makeup. I had hair that was colored and somewhat on this side. This side had, what were those things when you put your fingers and you make it curly like old
finger
style?
waves.
Finger waves.
Yeah, those times are done. Now it's just a written test, which is scary.
So I know people have been in here. It seems like I'm always your model though, because when some of these assistants have come in and they've never touched a human head, they only shampoo doll heads.
Yeah.
You would say, Mom, can you let them shampoo your hair? Just to get the feel of
so that's a thing
someone's
that
actual head.
the schools need to get better on for sure. Tension on both sides, getting a whole thing. That's where you make your money. Assisting is not easy. I tell the girls all the time, it is not a fun job. It's not.
Well,
But you put your time in and then you'll...
But the best thing is getting your hair done. Just shampooed. It's the
Oh.
one thing I like. And if they can massage your head just right, I love it.
It's the best.
And new assistants are always too afraid, especially if they've been working in the doll heads, to really, right?
Feel.
And so I'd say, I can barely feel what you're doing. Get in there. It's been a fun ride, Heather.
It has.
Watching you grow and seeing what you come up with next. Oh, I got another hair store for you. Do you remember your brother's wedding?
Oh God, that was after the fact of having my hair messed up. My
She
hair was
looked
black. I look back at those pictures and I'm like, who would do this to me? I've always been like a natural blonde. And I had black stripes.
But you had that big white strike. Well, you look like
you guys would die if I showed you pictures. We should find one of those pictures.
I have those pictures.
And we will put that in so you can see how bad my hair was.
You looked,
and I had a shag. It's like a mullet. It was horrible.
But who's the one in the Dalmatians? Gazilla, what's her name?
Quella.
Quella. That's who you look like. Quella.
I know.
You look like Quella. Yeah. You've done some crazy things with
cut
your
my
own
hair
hair.
so short, like a peacock.
Yes.
It was pink.
Yes.
Like why? Like a half a mohawk? Where are those pictures of those? Those would be good ones to see.
Boy, we could pull out some really good pictures
we could.
of your transition through. But I never thought you were going to be a hairdresser because you were always into fashion. And you used to go and organize people's closets, and you worked at Nordstrom as a professional shopper. Mm-hmm. And so it's always kind of been your thing to make people look beautiful.
It's full service.
That's what I'm saying, to make people look beautiful. You've always... What made you just color and not cut? Because you cut Papa's hair once.
Well, I used to cut Dad's hair too, and his ears don't fold over. It was horrible. It's so stiff. And you can see every single line in his hair. I was like, this is the hardest hair. I don't know, I think the fact of, yes, you can cut someone's hair and do a huge change, but there's something about like, I say it all the time though, like if you cut your bangs too short, like, oops, sorry, I'll see you in like 6 to 10 weeks, and like just let them grow out. Where like, if you didn't like your color, I'm not letting you walk out the door. We're fixing it right here and right now. Or if you cut someone's hair too short, you're screwed. So I feel like that was something that I don't know, I just enjoyed it better. Just the fact of...
I traumatized you as a child, right? When I cut your bangs and you look up like that.
Like Dumb and Dumber.
When you look up and then you cut them and then you sit, they're way up
Yeah,
there. My
that
mom
was
did
fun.
that to me too.
That was fun.
It's in the family.
Yeah. Now they're in.
Yeah, they are in. Even people who shouldn't wear bangs are in.
Yeah.
You know, the one thing I also noticed, since you're in the industry, and I tend to be in the salon frequently, now I walk down the street and I can tell people who have hair done by someone who knows what they're doing versus someone who has streaks and everything. And when you first started out, you were actually walk down the street and you had business cards with you, and you'd go up to people. That's how bold you are. You'd go up to people and say, I'd love to do your hair. It really needs to be fixed.
I mean, you got to start somewhere. I still, all day I see it walking by, especially where we're at on the weekends and stuff. You just look and it's the best people watching of like, oh gosh, where are these people coming from?
But what do you think of people who go and they get their hair cut and styled by the same, colored and styled by the same person?
I mean, I think it's fine. Where I was trained, it was either you specialized, so you did one or the other. And I just wanted to keep that. I thought it was better to have a salon like that. You get to know your craft and like really learn everything about that.
So people always ask me if you were always independent, if you always knew what you wanted to do, you come across so self-assured and just, do you ever feel that way?
No, not at all. You know that.
No, I don't
If we're
know.
gonna talk about, I like struggle with anxiety and like everything. Everyone thinks they see me at one way, and it's like you always say to me, you're like, when are you ever gonna feel like you've made it?
That was what I was going to ask you. Do you feel like you've made it?
No, I don't. And you know that.
But do you feel proud of yourself for where you are now?
The fact that the salon this October will be 13 years is crazy to me to like actually wrap my head around that. So when I think that, I'm like, okay, wow, like I went through COVID, fires. I mean, we've gone through so much being in the location that we're at. So to say like, oh my gosh, 13 years is like mind blowing for me.
Yeah. But you know how proud Dad and I are of you.
No, and I know that you're my parents.
Doesn't
I would
matter.
hope I'd be the same, but it's just, I don't know. There's something that is still a void that I still am trying to fill. I think I'm on the way right now, like again, even just doing this, me stepping out of my box, stepping out of fear to do this and try to put myself out there, because like at the end of the day, I want to help people. Like I want to help anybody that I can. So if someone watches this and they're like, oh, I didn't know this, and it's like, I help somebody through that, like that's everything for me. Like I want to, if I died tomorrow, people would be like, hold on, who was Heather? Or like, was she that I don't know. There's something more that I want to give, and I just need to find what that is. And
Do you remember the fires?
Yes.
And the firemen?
Yes.
That saved the salon. And you said, anything I can do for you. And one of them says, I need a haircut.
I know. Yes.
And you don't cut hair, but you brought him in and you cut his hair.
Yeah. No, I know. I shaved all their heads. It was really funny.
You shaved their heads?
Yeah.
I didn't know you shaved their heads.
That was funny. But I don't know. I think eventually it's going to happen, and everything that I'm starting to do now, and I think that's come with like age. Mm-hmm. Like I'm not as scared as I was when I was in my 20s or even 30s.
But you're a mom now too.
And that's a huge thing. That definitely, the second that happens is.
Yep. I don't know. Thatcher hangs out at the salon. If anybody's never seen my grandson, not that I'm not that proud grandma, but yes, I am. And he's very proud of you. When he comes here, he acts like he owns a salon.
That I know.
And you post a lot about him too.
Yes. Yeah,
so that's a big accomplishment, just having children and being a working mom.
Yeah.
And being a woman business owner. I mean, you've been up a lot of people, right? Because you're the woman who's trying to bust through.
Yeah.
I know that feeling very much. I'm so proud of you. I just am. It takes a lot to do what you've been doing. And because you come across so self-confident, I mean, one of your clients came in when I was here, and the woman had gone through chemo, and she had lost hair, but she had long hair, and she had patches, and she was afraid to give that up. And I just watched you in awe at how you handled her, and then how one of the stylists came and walked her through that whole transition of having long hair down here, but none. I mean, it was amazing to me how you, and in this industry, people walk in feeling one way and you walk out feeling another.
But that's what I love what I do.
And you do it so well.
Oh, thank you, Mother.
Oh, you're so welcome.
No, they're just jamming next door. Well, I just want to thank you for coming on today. I don't know, I think it's fun being an older woman now, and how funny me and
Honey,
you.
you're not older. I'm the older.
I'm older. Me and you, I've caused hell in your life as a younger days. And I feel like now, you're my best friend. You've been my best friend for a while.
I get it.
But we bumped heads when I was younger, and I feel like that's because we were so much alike. And now, as I've gotten older, I'm like, okay, I know I was such a little shit is because we were too much alike. And now I look at you and I'm like, we are the exact same person. It's like scary. But in a good way. You're my best friend.
I have always said, when people say, did you really love having a girl? I did, and I do, and I always will, and I will always call you my baby girl, like I always do. But there was a time where I said, don't be upset if you don't have a girl. Boys are so much easier. And they were. I mean, you had 2 older brothers. Every time you left the house, where's she going? Who's she with? And then their boyfriends, their friends, started trying to hit on you, and that wasn't going to go over with the brothers at all. So then I had to hear you telling me how I have to keep the brothers, because you always call them the brothers, keep the brothers away from me. They don't let me do anything, and they show up when I'm out, because they were so protective.
Yeah, that was everything. I loved that.
Yep.
All right, well, I'm going to say that's a wrap, unless there's anything else you can think we can talk about.
Oh, I got tons, but I think this is good for now.
I think we're going to have you on again, maybe even with my father.
Ooh, that would be fun. Daddy's girl.
And
There is nothing that this woman could do since she was a baby wrong. Nothing.
Oh my goodness.
Well, it's
but
been
thank you.
fun.
Thank you again.
Thank you.
You will
It's
come
been
on again because I know we're going to do this and then be like, wait, hold on, we have to talk about this. So we will do this again. Next time, hopefully with a glass of wine.
I can do a glass of wine.
But you're going to see the Odyssey tonight
I
again.
am. It's my second time. I'm taking Cassie and her boyfriend.
Yeah, it's a good movie.
And we're going to see the Odyssey. Love it. Well, thank you very much.
Thank you,
Come
Mom.
here. I love you.
All right, well, that's a wrap, and thank you. Hopefully next time you'll be in my chair. This is Now You See Me.